Hi, this is Z, and I'm back again with another video. In this video, I'm going to read from John Eckhart's book, Deliverance and Spiritual Warfare Manual. And I got this off of Amazon. I don't know if I told where I got the Malachi Z. York book from, but I do believe that they have some bookstores still open. I think they're called All Eyes on Egypt. But Egypt, I believe, is spelled with an I and not a Y. So you can Google their bookstores. I actually got that from out of one of the bookstores that I'm not even sure if it's open anymore. And that was in Chicago, the All Eyes on Egypt location in Chicago. But that was 20 years ago. That was a long time ago. So this one I just ordered recently off of Amazon. And I'm going to start on page 20. And it says, "You may need deliverance if..." Based on more than 35 years in deliverance ministry, I have found that people who need deliverance have experienced one or more of the things I have listed here. These are situations that open the door for the enemy to enter our lives. These experiences give him legal right to be there, but you have the authority to cast him out, be filled with the Holy Spirit, and shut the door on the enemy for good. Now, I'm not a Christian. I'll say that again and again. You can be from any religion or no religion at all and need deliverance. This is about you, the person, the individual. It's not about the religion or the beliefs. It's really about your spirit, your soul, and what you do on a daily basis to protect yourself from these things entering you. And a lot of times people are in need of deliverance from trauma that was afflicted upon them, or people around them that they're unaware that are targeting them. So it does not matter what religion you are, what your beliefs are. Anybody could need deliverance. The term deliverance is usually used more so by Christians, but it still remains that this could be anybody. At the time that I had a lot of attacks on me, I was a Muslim, I was praying, and I still ended up being able to be possessed by a demon. I was a good person. I cleaned myself. I prayed. I kept the house clean, all those things. But sometimes if your vibration is low, and a lot of times it's because you have trauma that you have not dealt with, and your vibration is low, that's how the demons can attach to you or attack you. It doesn't matter if you believe in Jesus. It doesn't matter if you believe in Allah. It's about the person you are in the spirit and the soul of you. All right. It says you may need deliverance if, and I'm going to read through, I'm probably not all of these at this moment because it's a long list. It's over 100. So I'm going to get through maybe 25 of them or so. It says you may need deliverance if you were conceived in adultery or fornication. This can open the door for the spirit of lust. Your parents contemplated an abortion. This can open the door for spirits of rejection, death, and fear. Now, this one is personal to me because I did have a time where my father said to me, when they first found out that I was pregnant with my oldest child, I was 19, and my father did say that him and my mother were contemplating abortion when my mother was pregnant with me. And I didn't understand why he was saying that to me. Maybe he wanted me to have an abortion and I just wasn't going to do it. I'm not sure, but that did open the door for rejection. I did feel rejected. I felt unwanted and unloved. And that was something that I had to later heal from. It took me a while to really realize that that was something I had to heal from. Number 3, you were given up for adoption. This can open the door for spirits of rejection, abandonment, and fear of abandonment. You were abandoned by one or more parent. This can open the door for spirits of abandonment and fear of abandonment. 5, you were an orphan. This can open the door for spirits of rejection and abandonment. Number 6, you were abused as a child. This can open the door for spirits of rejection, fear, and hurt. Number 7, you were R-word or molested. This can open the door for spirits of lust, shame, and hurt. Number 8, your mother had a difficult pregnancy. This can open the door for spirits of fear that enter through trauma. Number 9, your mother had a long and hard labor. This can open the door for spirits of fear that enter through trauma. Number 10, you almost died during the first few years of life. This can open the door for spirits of death and premature death. Number 11, you had imaginary playmates. This can open the door to spirits of rejection and loneliness. Now, with the imaginary playmates, I would say an imaginary playmate could just be something that the child is actually seeing, but it doesn't mean that it is of something good. So we have to be really careful when our children say they have imaginary playmates. Now, I used to say I had imaginary friends as a child, but I was not seeing anything actually there. It was really out of being lonely that I created imaginary playmates. It was out of loneliness and rejection. Number 12, you have been chronically ill all of your life. This can open the door to spirits of infirmity and death. You have suffered from handicaps as a child. This can open the door for spirits of rejection, shame, and fear. You were exposed to pornography early in life. This can open the door to spirits of lust and perversion. And I actually know someone that this happened to. They said that they were exposed to pornography, and it led to the rest of their childhood being troubling for them. So please be careful with your children and don't allow them to see. And it's not even just pornography, but other things like scary movies, just certain things. Your intuition, if you're paying attention, your intuition will tell you what, not to expose your children to, because it can open the door to different spirits. Number 15, you saw something traumatic such as a murder or a fatal accident. This can open the door to spirits of fear and death. Number 16, you grew up in a war zone. This can open the door to spirits of fear and death. And that's what we're seeing a lot with, children all over the world, but now in Palestine, I think it's Palestine. A lot, it's not funny, but I'm just like, my mind, I don't know. A lot of children are witnessing, they're really going to need some help with getting through that. The things that I can't even imagine, because I've never seen that even as an adult. So I can't imagine what those children are, how that's going to affect them. But I do pray and I hope that they're able to get through that and still have, a fruitful life, and heal from that. Number 17, you have been ridiculed all your life. This can open the door to spirits of rejection, fear of rejection, and self-rejection. And I had low self-esteem a lot of my life. And the reason why I had low self-esteem is when I was younger, my teeth were crooked. I ended up getting braces, but my teeth were crooked. I ate a lot of candy and had to get a lot of fillings in my teeth. I wore glasses, and the glasses that I always seemed had to wear look like grandma glasses. I don't know if people remember those glasses back in the day. They just was not cute back in the day for kids. And I spent a lot of my youth being thin, but when I started to actually gain weight, which I thought was a healthier thing, I was called fat. And I wasn't like, now you can call me fat all you want, it won't hurt my feelings. The truth is the truth, but as a child, I was not fat. I just had gained. I believe I was at a healthy weight. When I look back at my pictures of me growing up, I was like, man, I was skin and bones for a long time. So in middle school, I finally started to gain weight, and I was called fat, and I wasn't overweight. So that really hurt my self-esteem. Certain things will hurt your, and a lot of you probably have gone through this too. It will hurt your children's self-esteem, and that will follow them. And people will understand. Those that want to manipulate and attack you will understand, that is a way they can attack you and attack your trauma. All these things is a way for not only spirits to enter, but for those that are targeting you, they will attack whatever trauma you went through. So sometimes we should keep our trauma to ourselves until we have healed from it. All right. 18, you ran away from home early in life. This can open the door to spirits of rejection and rebellion. You have been chronically depressed. This can open the door to spirits of depression, rejection, sadness, and loneliness. Number 20, you have been diagnosed as manic depressant or schizophrenic. This can open the door to spirits of rejection, rebellion, and a root of bitterness. Now, for depression, any type of mental illness, I always say sometimes mental illness is not necessarily directly caused by the trauma, but caused by the energy or the spirit. So you can be a happy person, but you just may not have healed from some sort of trauma, and someone can send that energy or spirit of depression or schizophrenia or different energies to attack your mind, and you can then become depressed or become manic depressant or become schizophrenic due to the energy, the spell work on you. So sometimes it's the other way around. It's someone projecting or sending that energy on to you, causing you to be that way. And sometimes you can just simply cleanse yourself really well and remain cleansed, and you won't have that problem anymore. All right. Number 21, you have had learning disabilities. This can open the door for spirits of rejection and fear. You have been incarcerated. This can open the door to spirits of rejection, shame, and depression. Number 23, your parents were alcoholics. This can open the door to spirits of rejection and shame. Your parents went through a divorce or separation. This can open the door to spirits of rejection and shame. 25, your parents argued and fought in the home. This can open this door to spirits of confusion and fear. You are angry or bitter with your parents, brothers, or sisters. This can open the door to spirits of anger and bitterness. And that was the main thing that I've had to heal from, was that anger towards my parents and my siblings for turning against me. I had to, and I wasn't really angry or bitter with them to the point where I wanted to see them hurt or anything like that. I was more so hurt and disappointed in them because I never felt that they would do something like that. I felt betrayed. And that was a thing I really had to heal from. And I know that some of the people that were attacking me through black magic, that was something that they knew that I was hurt from. And they would attack me. They would try to send me back into thinking about the hurt that the people around me had caused me. And I said in another video how they will keep bringing you back into your trauma over and over again so that you never rise above it. You will see yourself going in circles. Basically, you'll feel better this day, and then they'll bring you back around to that hurt and that pain that was caused to you. They'll trigger you into getting upset or getting sad and depressed. That's why we have to always heal ourselves. And a lot of times you do have to get away from those people, even if they're not attacking you anymore. Sometimes you do have to get away from those people in order to see the situation fully and completely, and to allow yourself to heal from what they've done. All right, number 27, you were exposed to drugs at an early age. This can open the door to spirits of rebellion and witchcraft. Number 28, you are homosexual or lesbian, the same thing. You are homosexual or you were introduced to these lifestyles. This can open the door to spirits of lust and perversion. You have a history of sexual perversion. This can be a manifestation of spirits of lust and perversion. You have been accident prone all your life. This is a sign of a curse. You have a history of poverty in your family's life. This can be a manifestation of spirits of poverty and shame. A lot of these can actually be curses also. That can be a curse on your family, in your family lineage, of being in poverty, like generation after generation of poverty. You have engaged in a lifestyle of cheating or theft. This can be a manifestation of spirits of lying and deceit. You are or have been a chronic gambler or spendthrift. This can be a manifestation of spirits of lust and addiction. You are addicted to alcohol, drugs, nicotine, or food. This can be a manifestation of spirits of addiction and or gluttony. And as an adult, I am overweight. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm not. And food was more so, sugar was something that I was drawn to. It wasn't until recently that I realized sugar is really an addiction, and it really is caused by trauma. People become addicted to sugar and food through trauma. So when you totally and fully heal yourself and love yourself, you can then put down the addictions. You can separate yourself from whatever you've been addicted to. Number 35, you are afraid of being alone. This can be a manifestation of spirits of fear. You are afraid of leaving the house. This can be a manifestation of spirits or of fear. Or people can put curses. A lot of these can be curses. But the reason why the curse works is because to some extent you have a fear of something. So something does need to be addressed. You are extremely uncomfortable around people. This can be a manifestation of spirits of rejection and fear. You are intensely jealous of others. This can be a manifestation of spirits of jealousy and schizophrenia. And 39, you hate certain groups of people. Example, Jews, blacks, whites, Hispanics, and so on. This can be a manifestation of spirits of hatred and bigotry. I'm going to end there at that one. I'm going to put a line so I know to come back to it. But all the people that I know personally that are attacking me, they have multiple signs of needing deliverance. And a lot of them that I did not really know, would have, the way they behaved, I wouldn't have known they've had trauma that they needed to heal from. So healing from that trauma, whether it's in your childhood or your adulthood, is the number one thing that you need to do in order to fight off demons and be protected from demons. You have to heal from that. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's something that's in your mind that pops up every so often and causes you to feel angry or causes you to feel sad and depressed, whatever it is, That's something that needs to be looked at and needs to be dissected. And you need to think about why this thing is bothering you. And you need to heal. You need to forgive the person. Doesn't matter if they're still doing whatever they're doing. Forgive them, not for them, but for yourself. And forgiving someone just means you let it go. You don't let it weigh on you. It does not mean you accept that person back into your life. This is something that you are working on for yourself. Heal yourself and heal yourself through self-love. Figure out what you can do to love yourself more. Put yourself first. Heal yourself. People going to get mad when you separate from them, so be it. Because chances are they don't realize that they're the problem. So separate yourself from those who you know you need to separate from. Take time to heal. Look at what is bothering you, what triggers you, what causes you pain and anger and sadness and so on and so forth, and work through that. And use God. For those of you who, believe in God, use God and prayer as a means to also help you. Put some daily practices in your life for self-care, self-love, and to connect with the Most High God, because that's what's going to help you overcome those traumas and be protected. Because you can be in the church or the mosque or the synagogue all day long and praying all the time, but if you have not healed, those are like open wounds, open sores, and people know what to do to attack that. And that's how those demonic entities enter. It's almost like a sore, and it's open for dirt and germs, bacteria, and it'll manifest into something worse. That's why you have to heal that. You have to heal those wounds so that you will be protected. Because the longer you let that set in you and you don't heal it, it's an open wound. It's going to get worse and worse and worse, to the point where you have allowed that to fester and manifest into something that you can't control. So I'm going to leave you with this, and I hope this helps somebody. It's helping me, even though I feel like I did a lot of work without the book, but it still helps me, and it helps me to understand other people more. And it's nothing wrong with being understanding of people that are under demonic oppression or possession. Just keep your distance and cut them off, because a lot of times they're not healed, and they will attack you over and over. As long as you open the door for them, they're going to come in. All right, so I will leave you with that, and I'll read again from this book again in the future. Have a good day. Bye.